Hey everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and today I want to talk about the Build Your Library Level 1 update. So as you know, I've been going through the curriculum and updating the levels, and I just finished the Level 1 update, and so I wanted to talk about it. I'm sorry about the lighting. I had to change locations for filming because there's just too much stuff in front of my other bookshelves right now with all the family reading crates stacked up and whatnot, so I had to adjust, and the lighting isn't the best, but it's what I'm working with. Anyway, the real reason for updating Level 1, the thing that made me really need to do it, was two things. There are a couple books that went out of print, and my daughter wanted to rewrite the mythology book. She wrote the mythology book that's included in Level 1 when she was about 13. She's always been obsessed with mythology and she always wants to be a writer, so I encouraged her to write a book for me because I couldn't find anything I liked at that age level about mythology besides Greek myths, and I wanted something that would entail other mythology as well, not just Greek. So she wrote that. And the last couple of years she's complained to me that she hates it, she wants to rewrite it, and so I kept encouraging her to do that, and she finally did it. And because she's graduating this year, she's going to be going to college to major in creative writing, and she wants to help pay for that. So she decided that she was going to rewrite the book, but that she was going to publish it herself so that she can earn some money to help pay for college. And so this is the book. I'm so proud. This is the book that my daughter wrote. She's 18 going off to college and she's written a book. And my son, who is 15, did all the illustrations. So if you can see that, like I said, the lighting is terrible in here, but he did all of the illustrations and designed the cover and everything of the book. This is now available on Amazon. You can purchase it as a physical book or you can get it as an ebook. This includes myths from Egypt, from Mesopotamia, from Judeo-Christian mythology, Chinese mythology, Greek mythology, and Roman mythology. And she is planning a second book that will come out, and that's going to have other mythology like Native American mythology, Japanese, I think Indian mythology, and Norse, and something else I can't remember. But she's going to be coming out with another book in the future. I think African mythology, that was the other one. So she's going to be writing a sequel, so go buy her book and support my daughter through college. So then, like I said, there were two books that had gone out of print. One was the You Wouldn't Want to Be a Greek Athlete book, and so I looked for something to go in that spot, and I found What's Your Angle, Pythagoras, and this is a math adventure story, but it's about Pythagoras and the Pythagorean theorem, and it's ancient Greece, and it's just a really cute book that I remember reading with my kids when they were younger, and I think it's a great little book, and it makes a good fit in Level 1. The other book that went out of print is the book about John James Audubon, and so while I was looking for a replacement, I thought we would go a completely different direction, and I found Mama Miti. This book is about Wangari Muda Maathai, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing very wrong, but she is a woman in Kenya who encouraged people to plant trees. She won the Nobel Peace Prize for helping to grow the trees back in Kenya, in Nairobi, and it's a beautiful picture book all about that. The illustrations in this are gorgeous. This is just such a beautiful book, and it's a wonderful topic about planting trees. It's one that I think makes sense in nature study and learning about the environment and environmentalism and all of that. It just ties in really well with the rest of what you'll be studying in science, and it's beautiful. So this is Mama Miti by Donna Jo Napoli, and it's fantastic. The other books that of course have been out of print for forever, if you've used Level 1, you know what I'm talking about. It's the art. Those books went out of print just about immediately after I published Level 1. It was very disheartening. And there's not anything else on ancient art for that age level. It's an impossible thing to find. So I had to look around and see what other books were on the market for art for that age level. And so I came across the Art Book for Children series. There's two books, the yellow book and the white book. And these are absolutely awesome. So basically, what you get for each section, and sometimes it's 2 pages, sometimes it's 4. So you get this spread here, and there's pictures to look at and stuff to read for you to talk about the art, and it talks about the artist, about the technique, things to look for in the art. It's a great way to teach your child how to look at a piece of art without just like, oh look, it's a pretty picture. This gives you more information so that you can have something to talk about with your child as you look at each piece. And this series is just awesome. It covers a huge range of different types of art. And I think it's fantastic. So I've scheduled both of these in as replacements for the art books. Another thing I wanted to change out once I get started, I can't stop myself and I keep finding things to add and change. And when I did level 0, we used the National Geographic book of animal poetry, and I love that book. But I also love this book, and I kept thinking, why have I not put this in? This needs to be in level 1 because you're studying nature. It just belongs. So I went ahead and I swapped this in for poetry, which means I need to swap out the book for poetry in levels 2 and 3 as well, which will happen as I get to it. But this book, if you guys haven't picked this up yet, I mean, go pick it up. It's so pretty. This book is stunning. And it's divided into sections, so like this is across the land, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous photography all throughout. It's stunning to look at. It's beautiful. I only have a couple more books to show you. To the nature study, I added Heroes of the Environment, True Stories of People Who Are Helping to Protect Our Planet. And this is by Harriet Romer. And it's just a lovely little book talking about different people who are environmentalists and what they do to help the environment. I felt like it was an important thing to add when you're talking about nature study and the environment. You want to talk about people who are doing things to actually help the environment, and I thought this book was great. It is focused on North America. There are stories in here. There's a little map at the beginning to show you where different people in the stories are located. So there's stuff in Alaska and Mexico, so it covers all of North America. And there are 12 stories, and there's a range of different types of environmentalists. And it's just a great little book, and I was excited to be able to add this to level 1. And also, as far as nature study, if you've been watching my channel, you've seen me talk about this book. This book is so fancy. It's beautiful. This is Natural World, a visual compendium of wonders from nature by Curiosity. And this is by Amanda Wood and Mike Jolly. And it's beautiful. This book is just so pretty to look at. And it covers everything you can think of about nature in the natural world, from environments and ecosystems to different types of life to plants and how plants grow. It covers everything. It's awesome. Also of note is the dust jacket serves as a humongous poster you can hang up on your wall. If you have a schoolroom or someplace like that, your kid's room, you can hang it up. It's beautiful. It's a great way to kind of enhance the nature study and give it a little more information about different topics. And I was excited to find this and add it into level 1. And those are all the required books that will be scheduled into your curriculum. The other one thing I did, I know a lot of people have a hard time with The Thieves of Ostia, which I think is a great book. I don't feel like I need to completely change it out, but I have added a note and a recommendation if you have a child who is sensitive and you don't think they can handle the level of violence in the book. It is about Rome. It's really hard to find books about Rome that don't have a lot of violence. So I've listed this as a substitute. This is Roman Diary, the Journal of Ileana, a Young Slave by Richard Platt. I've already used, this is a thing in my head anyway, I try not to use the same author in the same year. It's just like a little quirk I have. Like I try to include a variety, so I can't bring myself to include this book completely and reschedule because I'm like, we already use Egyptian Diary in level 1 and then you use Castle Diary in level 2, and it just seems like overkill to me to include all 3 in the curriculum, and that's just me. But I have put a note that you can use this instead of Thieves of Ostia if you feel like it might be too much for your child. So there you go. There's a little note in there, and I hyperlinked it so you can find it if you need it. But if not, just read Thieves of Ostia. It is a good book. It's just a little bit on the violent side, but then that's Rome. That is it. Those are all the updates that are in level 1, and the update is live now. You can go on the website and buy the curriculum now and you'll have the updated version. If you've already purchased it and you would like to receive the update, just send me a message, leave me a note down here, contact me through my website, and just let me know what email you purchased with so I can locate you in my system, and then I'll be happy to send you the update free of charge. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading! Bye!